Hey Angels, it's Lookin' Bratz aka Dom here with a new video, and I have a few things to get through, but I don't have like a ton of things like in my backlog of dolls that I have to open. So just like a small life update, I guess I don't know how to address this. It's not like anything bad, but so basically I realized that I have really overdone it, and I think I've mentioned that before. Just like, I bought too many dolls last year, and I think just over the past maybe 2.5 years or so, I tend to like not tend to I tended to I binge bought a lot of things, and I don't feel necessarily bad about it. I think I really love the things that I bought, but I think, I did it, I overdid it, is what I'm trying to say. And I think it really caught up to me because while I feel like everything around me looks good, and like, I'm pretty happy with like where my room is at in terms of like the way that I've laid it out, the way that my collection is displayed, I wasn't satisfied with the way things were stored away. And I have this really, really big closet, and my friends can attest to this because they actually helped me out recently. And some of my friends have seen the closet, and I was kind of just embarrassed about the situation because I just didn't know where to put certain things, and I would just end up throwing it in this closet. And I tend to be a really organized person. I love to organize, but I went away to grad school. I was living not in my house for a while, and a lot of things just happened. Like I went into a full-time job, and then I really upped my social media ante, if you will. Like, it just a lot of I've been making a lot of content. Like, let's be clear, like I've been making a ton of content, and more than I'm used to, and it's been fun. It's also been stressful. I have to be careful with myself and learn how to balance and not really burn myself out. So I do give myself breaks when I need to and when I feel that it's necessary. I have fun creating content, and I wish it was something that I was able to do full time, but I know it's not possible. That's just not feasible, and that's completely okay. I will work my 9 to 5, and then I will come home and I will use the rest of my time to either create content or just chill. And it's, I try to really make content wherever I can, because I really do have a lot of things that I want to do and discuss and all of that. And I fell behind at some point, but it was okay because I had to take the time to, go through the, I don't know how to word it. I just had to really take a mental break for some time, and that happens. But I've been feeling very productive lately, but I'm trying not to let it be productive to the point of burnout, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm at. And my friends helped me clean out my closet, and that was a disaster. Like, my closet was a disaster, and it was just filled with dolls and all this other stuff like memorabilia. And it's not just like Bratz stuff, it's like all different doll brands, and it's not just dolls, it's like books and CDs and DVDs and a little bit of clothing here and there that I have that I just don't know where to put. And it wasn't, I in my head I'm like, oh, it looked like a disaster, but maybe it just wasn't that bad. I'm sure a lot of people have gone through it, but then it kind of led to like the disaster of another room in my house, which I eventually plan to transform into my doll room once I have more money for that, which I am broke as a joke right now. I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, it's horrible. And keeping that in mind, I wanted to really look at the dolls that I have stored away and see where I can really lift them up, if that makes sense. Like, like really refurbish them and either store them away really nicely or put them on display somewhere wherever I see it's needed. I feel like I've really consumed a lot of the new dolls in the past few months, especially with YouTube, and also having some PR opportunities, which have been really amazing. I love that stuff. I love the new dolls coming out, but it does tend to really, it's a lot of dolls. And when, my interests are so like, they're very like broadened, they're very widened, so it's just really hard to keep up. And I'm still gonna collect new dolls whenever I can. It's just hard financially to really keep up with that, so that's why I wanted to look in my closet, see like how I can like fix things. And you know, so yeah, I feel like I don't want to over explain it too much, but I've been going through things, and I'm just really trying to, I guess, be better. Just, I don't know, I guess I'm trying to be better. And I reorganized the room in which I started to like, things were going from my closet to that room. And now it's just like, it was chaotic, like I have to say. And I wasn't really happy with it. And I would pass by the room and I would get anxiety looking at it. So big shout out to my friends Emil and Frank for really helping me get my stuff together. Like they really helped me, and they helped me out over the weekend before last weekend, and we went through and I bought a bunch of bins, and we were just organizing, and it's definitely not at the point where I want it to be. I definitely want to like tighten it up and make it even more organized, but I think we had a really great start, and I'm happier with the way that it looks now, and it made me realize how many dolls I truly have. And please don't ask me a number, because I don't know a number. I don't think I'll ever do a number. Like, I don't think I can be like, oh, I have this many dolls in my collection, because at the end of the day, I know I have a lot. I feel like a doll collection shouldn't be measured by how many dolls you have in it, but really the value that you place in it, as how much does this make you happy. And I have a lot of dolls that really do make me happy, and I'm trying not to buy more dolls, but I still have dolls that I've bought, like, in the past few months that I haven't opened, but I also have dolls that I want to, like, go through my collection, refurbish them, and you might see in the background, I actually do have a doll back there that I'm going to refurbish. But actually, what I'm here to talk about is actually more dolls that I've bought. And the only reason I bought the dolls was because I thought this was my only opportunity to get one specific doll in the lot, and I did get a few other dolls in it. And the lot was relatively inexpensive. I want to say it was only 30 bucks. And I think it was well worth it, because if you don't know, I love Bratz knockoffs, and there was a very, in my opinion, rare Bratz knockoff in there. And I was like, I don't know if I can pass this up. Like, I'm on a doll pause, sort of. I'm on a pause of like binge buying dolls. I think I'll buy a doll here and there, really like how I see fit, and if I can, if it won't take a financial toll on me. But I am also working on refurbishing dolls that I already have in my collection that are just stored away, maybe not in the best condition. And so this is going to be like a project where I'll probably do like a bunch of videos on doll restoration, or like, doing a spotlight on different dolls in my collection that are stored away. And I am going to film a doll collection video. Like, I'm gonna do a room tour. I swear, like, I keep doing things in my room. Like, I'm like always dusting and stuff, and always cleaning and vacuuming, and like, oh, today's the day that I'm going to film. But then something else will happen, and it will just get in the way of like my mojo of wanting to do it. I've been ranting for 8 minutes, so let me get into the haul, I guess, of dolls that I have. It's not like a haul, but it's like a bunch of random dolls that I have that I'm going to do something with. Okay, my angle might have changed because my mom just asked me what I wanted for dinner, so I came back to film, and I was really hungry, so I'm gonna eat. Anyways, some things to share that I just got. It's like the most random stuff, and I feel like my Bratz people are gonna appreciate this, perhaps, because if you didn't already know, I run lookinbratz.com. Hello, this is my merch, and I sell this on my website if you want to, support a ghoul. But I got some like random Bratz things that I've wanted for a while, and I don't see these. I mean, I see the book for a good price, but I don't see this DVD for a good price anywhere. Like, people try to sell this DVD for like 50-60 bucks, and I don't understand why. It's like, this was probably free at Toys R Us back in the day, and I didn't know it was actually from Toys R Us until recent. Actually, no, I didn't know it was from Toys R Us, because somebody posted there's like, this DVD's like online, like it's on YouTube. Somebody posted clips from it, and it says like there's a Toys R Us giveaway, so that makes sense. But it's this DVD that was from Toys R Us, and it was for 4Kids TV. Also, I might sound congested because I've been like randomly sick the past few days, but I got this 4Kids TV, and it's like a preview of what was to come in 2005 for 4Kids TV. And so obviously we see Bloom from Winx on it, and then we see one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know which one that is. Is it Da Vinci? We see a bunch of the lineup people, and we see Bratz, we see Yasmin. That's the campfire Yasmin artwork for the campfire merchandise, and not for the doll itself, but that's the campfire assets being used there. And it says new fall season begins Saturday morning, September 10th, and that's from 2005, so that's crazy to think about. And this is just like I think it's a CD or it's a DVD-ROM. I think it's a DVD, and then I think when you put it in the CD-ROM slot, like for your computer, which they don't make those like computers with that much anymore, which is shocking to me. And I just wanted this disc, and I think I've seen everything that's on it, and it's on YouTube, but I was like, for historical purposes, I also need to own this disc, and it's like pretty good condition. I just need to wipe it down, and you can see me in the monitor. Hello. So yeah, got that DVD, and it was pretty cheap, and I was glad because I wanted it before, but someone was trying to sell it without the sleeve for like $50, and I'm like, okay, it's not that serious. But I also got the Bratz film novelization, and I want to buy all the Bratz books and like read them, and I want to like have a database pages like dedicated to the books, because I have database pages dedicated to all of the films and the CDs and like all the media and the characters as well, and those are gonna get a huge makeover soon, and I'm so excited because like the graphics look so good. But I want to do one on the books as well, and also some other things from the brand that I haven't really featured on the website before. So a little intel of like what I want to do. But I was super curious about the Bratz film novelization, only because I was like, I know there's like pieces of the film that didn't like make it in. There's like deleted scenes, and there's also things that in the director's commentary. And yes, because I am a Bratz aficionado, of course I've listened to the film commentary. And that's like the only Bratz movie with film commentary, which makes sense, because why would they do it for the animated films? But yeah, I'm gonna read this and see if there's like maybe more to the movie's story than I've like seen before or have known about. So that's on my radar, and I was really shocked at how well preserved this book is. I've never bought a used book that looked almost brand new. There's a little wear and tear here and there, but it's like basically a brand new book. So that is a random purchase I bought. But actually, moving on to the dolls that I've purchased, I don't know if I should save this doll for last. The one that I'm most excited about, I will. So anyways, I have some Moxie Girlz in this box, and I believe this is Magic Snow Sophina. And I gotta be honest, like all the hair in here is just like really matted and horrible. But for some reason, something's telling me that she has saran hair, because I had Magic Snow Kellen, I hope that's how you pronounce it, and she had saran hair. So I want to say she does, but the hair is just so matted that it's so hard to tell. But I think once I wash it out and I really clean them up, then I'll have my answer. So I believe this is Magic Snow Sophina. I could totally be wrong, but I think it is. And this is the next one that just popped out, and this is the basic 2013 Bratz Yasmin. And she's very pretty. This is the tall Bratz era, of course. And she does have polypropylene hair. I've been knew that. But I don't know what I'm going to do with her, honestly. Maybe one day I'll reroot her. I like how the seller packaged the dolls like with this plastic wrap around them, though. It felt very like professional. So this is the basic Yasmin I bought. She's cute. I've never had this one before. I had Jade from this line, who I really loved. And I really wish I kept that Jade. I need to get that Jade one day again, because she was stunning. And then I have the horseback riding. I don't know what the name of this one is, honestly, but it's Sophina from the horseback riding collection from Moxie Girlz. And I can definitely tell this is saran hair, and it feels really nice. It just has to be like fixed and washed up. But she's really cute. I really want to get back into Moxie Girlz, but it's really like also, I have like Moxie Girlz that I can unbox, but they all have poly except for the twins, so I don't know when I'm gonna do that, but I think I'll do it one day. I think I really just want to get back into a Moxie Girlz moment, because they are very cute. I have a lot of Sophinas from what I've noticed. And then I have this Bratz Boys, and he's really cute. This is Eaton for sure. I don't know which Eaton, to be honest. Like, people will ask me to identify the boys, and I'm like, look at my database, because I don't know. But yeah, he has the click knees. I'm wondering what year his body is. Okay, he has the 2002 body. So something I noticed recently is his knees are like rusty, first of all. So random. I noticed that there's a 2002 body and there's a 2003 body for the boys, but I've always been under the impression that all of the boys had the 2002 body. The only thing that really changed between 2002 and 2003, at least from what was actually released during those years, is that 2002 had a different face mold and was like the only time they used that face mold except for the recent repros of the boys, whereas the 2003 boys had this more attractive face. I will say I think the 2002 face is a little, it's funny looking. They look kind of like fish. And then 2003 they became like a bit more like handsome, I guess. And the bodies though, like this is a 2002 body with a 2003 head mold. Let me make sure. Yes, I was correct. 2003 head mold. And I don't know fully like what the difference was though between the bodies, because the bodies look the exact same to me, but like almost every boy after that point, except between like 2010 and 2012, and then also the Braden from the World's First Date set, Yasmin's first date set from the World collection, sorry. He had like his own body sculpt. And I don't know if 2015 had its own body. I don't think it did, but now all the recent boys have a 2003 body, so I'm like trying to figure out what the difference is. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But this is like all for like research for lookinbratz.com. So it all makes, that's why like all the knowledge, like I'm like thinking about things in my head. So that's why. And what else is in this box? Oh, so there's a Wilco We Teens, and I'm very excited about her because I've never had one out of the box. I only had one I have two actually, or like one or two that are in the box. And we just saw them this past weekend, my friends and I, because, not this past weekend, whatever. You know what I mean, I think. Yeah, my Wilco We Teens doll. And she's really cute, actually. Like, they're, like, funny looking, like, almost scary looking, but in a very endearing way. The hair doesn't feel awful, which is surprising, because I expected these to have poly, and they might have poly. But, I don't know, like, it feels really nice. It's almost giving Saran. Like, it makes me question life. But this was, like, another, like, I don't know if I can consider it a knockoff brand, per se, because it was its own brand, and they even had a music video, and they had music. And they had their own website. And actually, you know what I'm gonna do, actually? Maybe I'll do it this weekend. I took everything from the website and I recorded it, like, through the web archive. So maybe I'll do that. I did this way back in 2020, before Flash Player was about to be, like, deactivated and all that, even though, like, you can still access it with, like, certain plugins on your computer. But I should actually do that, because at first I was like keeping it to Bratz and MGA brands on my YouTube channel back in the day, but obviously now I've really branched out into different things, so maybe I will post that, and I'll post the songs as well, because I like the songs a lot. They're very short songs though. And then someone does have the music video, but the video is unlisted, so I don't know if they want that shared around. But maybe I'll see if I can get permission to share that from them. But otherwise, she's like pretty cute. Like, she's creepy but cute. I like the Wilco We Teens, and I've bought a few just really for like archival purposes. And also, I mean, I do like them, but I also bought some for archival purposes, just to be like, you know, I don't want this thing to get lost in time, if I'm explaining that correctly. But she's pretty cute. I like her. Oh, and that's it in my box. And now for the final doll, which was the one who, the reason I bought the lot for sure, was this Bratz Big Kidz knockoff. Not just a Bratz Kids knockoff, a Bratz Big Kidz knockoff. So if you don't recall, in 2007, Bratz came out with their Big Kidz line, which was like sort of like how there was Big Bratz and then there was regular Bratz and Bratz Big Babies. This was Bratz Big Kidz, and it was the Music Stars line, and that's what they started with. And then they only ever made like 2 Big Kidz lines after that. I believe one was the Winter Vacation line and then the Snap-on line, and there may have been another Snap-on, but I think it was just the one Snap-on. But there were these knockoffs, and this knockoff line had a mix of like the Beverly Dolls. So if you've seen the Beverly Dolls, that was another knockoff line in the 2000s, and they were sort of like in the same realm as Azery. So Azery and Beverly were often sold in AJ Wright stores, and the Beverly mold was also used for these Babyz Love dolls. So it was like Bratz Babyz almost, but it's called Babyz Love. And actually, hold on. I just realized I have a Babyz Love doll right behind me. It just like entered my mind. Babyz Love is a little bit harder to find, I will say. I think all the knockoffs are really hard to find these days unless you're really searching. I love Bratz knockoffs. It's definitely like a niche interest of mine, and I know a lot of people are interested in them. But this is one I got last year. I want to say it was the summer of last year, and somebody from the UK actually helped me get her. And if you don't notice, this is the talking Chloe face, and I actually do have a talking Chloe. Should I just show comparisons? Okay, so as you can see, she does have the talking Chloe face. I don't know if the knockoff's face is sprayed or not. I think it might be stamped. It's a little hard to tell if this doll's face uses the spray method or if it uses the stamp method, but it obviously is very close. So I do have a feeling that some like factory workers or something may have just stolen like certain things or replicated assets from the company and maybe just use them to produce their own knockoffs. Like, that's just my theory. I can't confirm that, but it just seems like the most likely theory. And this is like a very clear knockoff of Genie Magic Chloe, and to an extent I like her skirt and her outfit just a little bit better than the actual doll. But I just think it's so funny, like they have their own like promo shoots, like it's just the funniest thing. So this is Babyz Love, and they use the talking Chloe face a lot, but they also use the Beverly mold a lot. And I'll try to put pictures around here. If not, maybe I'll... Actually, on Twitter, I recently posted a bunch of pictures of Babyz Love. So there we go. You can see all the knockoffs there. Not all of them, but like a good portion of them. But these are just such an interesting like knockoff line to me. And I actually found one of the Big Kidz, which is like the kids Babyz Love. And I found this knockoff Bratz Big Kidz from the Babyz Love line. And I was just like, whoa, like I've never really seen these in the US. I mean, I'm sure like some made their way to the US. It's just hard to really track knockoffs because they're not like official company products. It's sometimes even hard to track down official company products. So yeah. But here is my knockoff, and she does use Jade's face. So this is the exact face that Music Star's Big Kidz Jade would have. This is the exact head mold as well. It just doesn't have like an imprint on the back, obviously, and you can see the hair is very thinly rooted. That's how you know that it's a knockoff. But what's funny is that her face uses the spray method, which is like the more expensive method that Bratz would use for their faces to make sure, you know, the eyes were more elongated and the lips look just right. That is like the original method used to put on the faces on the dolls, and that's what they just brought back recently to the dolls, so I'm really happy they brought that back. But it's so funny that this knockoff uses it, and you can tell because look at her lip chip. There's a layer of paint underneath her pink lipstick, and it shows the lip liner color. So what they would do is they would spray on the lip liner base first, I believe. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. And then they would put the pink lipstick on top. So I just think it's so interesting. Like, this is... They probably most likely stole the spray mask from the company, which, I mean, hey, whatever. And they made this doll, but I just think she's like a very cute doll. And her clothing pieces are pretty well constructed, I have to say. Like, it's not typical knockoff clothing. And like, I don't know, I'm just really impressed with these pieces. And like the way that this shirt is like ripped and there's a piece underneath it. Like, I'm very impressed by the way this knockoff was manufactured. The hair, of course, is like very like cheap feeling hair. It's like very like low grade, like poly or nylon or something like that. And I'm gonna have to do major work on this hair, and maybe I'll do a reel on this. I think a reel would be justified. So yeah, this was the big thing I was like really looking forward to. The body itself is like hollow, and her legs, like, they can like pop off really easy. It's like typical knockoff like body. It's very much the mold of the Bratz Big Kidz, but it has real feet at the bottom, which is interesting because obviously the Bratz kids would have the pop off feet, with the pegs on them. And so I'm like a little bit like, where am I gonna find shoes for this doll? That's my next thing. Also, her leg like won't get Come on, pop back in. Oh no, go back in. So yeah, this is my knockoff Bratz Kidz, and I'm just so excited to have her in my collection. Like, I could not pass this up, and like you can see her limb is like I just need to find shoes. I need to find a shoe. If anybody has recommendations of dolls that would have shoes this size. Now, what's funny is that I am going to do a video on that doll back there, which you see is a Teen Trends doll. I'm going to film this right after. So maybe I will see if those shoes fit, because I feel like the foot shape might be similar. But yeah, here I am. I never thought at 24 years of age, I would be on YouTube filming a video about my dolls that I just bought and holding up a severed doll leg, trying to find a shoe for it. But that's really all. I just wanted to share that. I like to share those moments with y'all, and I'm really happy that I have this platform now to really just talk to people and to, just hang out and talk about dolls. Like, I love it. I love it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and check out my socials at Lookin' Bratz. Hold the G and hold the leg. This is the G and you're supposed to hold it. On Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and go to lookinbratz.com for all of your Bratz needs. And I keep saying it, but it's gonna get a major update soon. I swear it's coming. I'm just busy, and I'm also making so much content, like I said, so whatevs. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.